preparing the ark, I think, is really recession proofing. And I think, Ben gave some great advice on that. And I think, we're going to continue to give good advice on how to recession proof your business. So, taking the steps, and like we talked about, saving, growing, investing, that's preparing the ark. And then here's the thing. If you prepare the ark, then it doesn't matter when it rains or how hard it rains, you're good to go. And that's what we're trying to do, to make people not be nervous and scared, but ultimately be prepared.
It's a great word picture for everybody. I felt that really resonated. He talked about three places, or you guys both talked about three places that we should put our money. Mm-hmm. So he talked about a stock strategy, and he said that was fun. A bumpier ride was like the rapids, right? The class 3 rapids. The real estate strategy, which was real estate funds, and then a safe money strategy, which the reason he brought that up, he mentioned that the money market was coming back with 3% right now. So again, my first thought was, is there a percentage that's smart for all three? I don't even know where to start there.
So let's talk about it for a sec, Dave. The safe money. So I think, just to clarify, I think he was talking about money markets being around 2%. And then ultimately you're going to get to 1-year treasuries and things like that be 3%, which is, look, one of the things about low interest rates that everybody is excited about, and everybody's excited who's not on a fixed income. Like if you're on a fixed income and you got two things going on, you got inflation, which means your ability to earn and grow is limited. And then you're looking at low interest rates. Now you're getting double hit. So at the very least, let's say, inflation drops down to 6%, but you could get 3% on a 1-year treasury. Here's the good news. You've filled half the hole in the bucket.
Ouch.
Right, but it's better than nothing, right? It's better than losing 6%. It's down to 3.
Right.
Which is okay. That's kind of more manageable. And you do need some cash. You do need cash. Dave Ramsey talks about the rainy day fund, but to me, it's like, okay, Ramsey in his book Total Money Makeover, he pushes people to get $1,000 first, and then after $1,000, can you get 1 month's reserves? And then after 1 month's reserves, which is your total expenses, can you get to 3? And for me, 6 months is plenty. I like for an entrepreneur to have 3 months business reserves, and it takes a couple of years to get to that point. Now, once somebody starts cranking and really growing their business, and obviously we have a lot of resources and working by referral and coaching and training to get people well past what they were earning before. If you maintain your budget, you'll blow past these reserves, and now you'll have some cash. And now that you have some cash, okay, you're buying stock. And so he mentioned, all of Ben's advice was index funds that were low fees. I mean, that's why he's an independent guy. I mean, that's very unpopular still on stock on the Wall Street. So, but as I mentioned, Buffett talked about putting 10 grand in an index fund after the war, and it was worth 51 million after 50 or 60 years, whatever it is, and you put the same money in a gold, is worth 400 grand. So Ben mentioned a number of funds, and I would encourage people to go back and listen to that. If they want to get into more depth, they can give him a call or send him an email or whatever. But stock, like one of the things he talked about, and again, Ben and I encouraged Ben to get into the business 25 years ago, and he's taken to it like a duck to water, and now he's my guy, and he's been my guy for 20 years. But, you talk about his influences, and he talked about him. Warren Buffett doesn't assess the success of an investment until after 5 years. Now, there has been a couple of occasions, and one recently when the COVID hit, that he bought into an airline, he pulled out of it right away because he was planning on building up his cash to buy a bigger position in stocks he really believed in. So if you have a stock strategy, you want to invest in companies or funds that you really like, what they do and how they do it. And then you go in and you buy more. And again, I'm not a stock guy and I'm not giving advice, but I have one of the funds I'm into, and I've a number is QQQ, and I really like it. And I like the way they approach business and technology and so on and so forth. So here's the genius of Brian Buffini. When the market, I'm buying little bits all the time, but then I have a bunch of cash on hand, and I have a bunch of cash on hand with Ben. And when the market, like you saw me during the COVID, when the stock market went and dropped below 18,000, I was on Facebook going, you know what I'm doing today? I'm buying stock. And you know what I'm going to do next week? I'm going to buy stock. And I bought it from when it was 29 and when it was 27 and it was 26 and when it was 24, and I bought it all the way down to 18. And then I bought it back up 20 and 21. I wasn't trying to just be the smartest guy in the room, but I knew there was good value there. So what did I buy? I buy more of what I already believed in. I didn't go and say, okay, now, and it's funny, I had a friend of mine call me up and said, if you wanted a quick return, what would you do? And I told him at the time, Boeing. Because remember, Boeing got hammered and their stock fell. I said, if you're looking to make money in the next 3 to 4 months, buy some Boeing stock. Now, the thing about it is, to me, that's not investing. You know, that's like getting a tip on a horse.
Right.
And it's not even that risky per se, Dave, you know, because like, you know that's going to come back. It's just there was an emergency and there was a crisis. But to me, I didn't buy any Boeing. I didn't buy it.
Interesting.
And I wasn't giving the guy bad advice. He asked me a specific question, so I gave him the answer. I bought more of what I already believe in. I bought more of the funds and the index funds and the dividend funds. I bought the things that I already believe in, and I just doubled down when the market came back. That's where, like, the last 2 months, they're finding out Buffett's been investing billions of dollars during this recent. Is an 18% pullback. Well, the definition of a bear market is 20%. So we're right around a bear market, and Buffett's been buying. So I think stock strategy, it is bumpy. It is the fast pace. Now, if somebody's 75 years old, they probably are 80 years old, they probably shouldn't be investing too much in the bumpy ride.
Right.
They should be going more with the more conservative dividend funds. So you have your stock strategy, you have your safe money, and then you have real estate strategy. And like he mentioned, there's funds like Blackstone and people like that are heavily invested in real estate. There's REITs and things like that. But then outside of real estate, Dave, like there's buying a single family home, there's buying a condo, there's buying multiple units. There's, you know, the highest percentage of millionaires in America made their money in real estate. And so buying real estate, buying out of state real estate, you know, doing all of that, all the above. It's good.